This is the Laughter Academy morning show. We got writing funnier, stolen jokes, Cat Williams ain't crazy, fix my joke, and a nightmare on Sperm Street. I got a chance to interview the author of the book Nightmare on Sperm Street. Um, Here we go. I'm going to talk to myself a little bit right now, and uh, uh, and we'll see what happens. Until I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna talk to myself. I'm not pretending like I'm on the radio. I just will erase this first part or copy it or cut it. Or I could talk to you guys about joke writing. I think that far too many people spend too much time working on how to perform jokes before they write jokes. In my mind, there is no reason at all to be thinking about trying to write some jokes before. I mean, to be thinking about trying to perform some jokes before you have written some jokes. What are you even touching a mic before you have written something that's worthy of people listening to? And if you ain't saying something, why are you saying anything? Does that make sense? If you don't have some, so let's start off with writing jokes. Waste no time on how you're going to say it until you figure out what you want to say. So first, figure out what you want to make funny, and then figure out how to make that funny. And um, and that's pretty much what you should be doing. I mean, it really is that simple. You figure out what you want to talk about, and then you figure out how to make that shit funny. Okay, maybe I should have cussed there. Dad, doggone it, I'll erase that, baby. Um, the Goodness gracious, I got shit spelled wrong because I can't act like this is your fault for listening. It was a test run. I'm using StreamYard. StreamYard. Let's see here. Let's see. How do I get the link to invite people? Okay, instructions for guests. What are the instructions for guests? Copy. I've got to be working. I'm live. I can see myself, but that doesn't mean it's working. I got one person watching. Is that me or is that somebody else? I don't know. Welcome. Who's that? The Joker's Dungeon. Everybody's here. Writing funnier. We are live. Uh, Good morning, Stoner McBoner. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. We live working on jokes. If there's instructions. I'll put the instructions on, and then maybe if you're in the chat room, I guess you already seen the instructions. But we are live. I'm live at least. I'm ready to. What's up, Sean? I think that's Sean. I don't know. I'm gonna start your thing. Yo! Oh, really? It's cold as a motherfucker here too. It's supposed to not get over 21 today in Seattle. In Seattle, right? They had a blizzard warning last night. Everybody's all worried about it. People disappearing. Uh, Maybe I should put on something different. What I got around here that I could put on that'll mess y'all up. Oh, what do I have over here? What is this? Uh-oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. This is going up for auction very shortly. All right. As soon as somebody can figure out how to come into the room here, we'll I guess we'll start talking. Smoking coffee, yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's the coffee and smoke show. Where's my weed? Uh, uh, I can't be smoking on screen, but I'll be over there. Well, Sean, I'll just tell y'all a couple of jokes that I've been working on. You can put in some comments in the comment if thing if you uh man, I'm live, man. Look, you can't chat with me right now, Scott. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't talk to you right now. I gotta mute that. Okay, so Sean, let me tell you a crazy story. Let me tell you a crazy story, Sean. Um, I watched Dave Chappelle's special. It's on Netflix right now. I think it's called something about dreaming. Uh, and I watched it. Yeah, yeah. You can do your laundry while you watch. This is the Laughter Academy, aka Funny to the Moon, but now called Your Fault for Watching. This is Your Fault for Watching. Welcome, Scott. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? I have no idea if anybody can hear me because I can't hear anybody. Let me ask. Oh, there's Scott. Bam, I can hear you.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. I'm glad you got it. Perfect.
No, I just wanted to test it for you, man. I got to jump out.
Okay,
I got
great. It
I got a
works.
meeting
That's
in
all I
like
need.
1 minute. Well, I'll
May
talk
the
to you later, okay?
Bring the baby Yoda to
Cool.
me. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Hey, it works. We know it works. Somebody popped in. Bam. Watch the first 20 minutes. Yeah. Watch the first 20 minutes of the show. Did you watch the first 20 minutes? You did watch the first 20 minutes. Good. So that means you know, Sean. So, no. Watching the first 20 minutes is all you had to do to be able to understand my story. So I'm watching it, and the joke that Dave Chappelle does about the handicapped Republican is only that joke is only like 5 or 6 words off of one of my jokes that I did 12 years prior to this New Year's this recent New Year's Eve. Um, and I'm watching the thing, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, he just did my joke. Now, I don't think that Dave Chappelle would steal my joke, but my jokes have been stolen before. We'll pull up a video in a little while and show you when that happened. A few years back, the TV show The View and the TV show The Talk. ABC's The View and CBS's The Talk. That's right, Disney. I'm talking to you. Uh, Stole my joke on the same day. Whoopi said a line, Sherry said a line, and then a couple hours later on The Talk, Sarah Gilbert, who played Roseanne's daughter on the Rose on Roseanne, did the next line of my joke, like word for word, like not even pretending like you're gonna remix it or any of that, just straight theft. Sean, do you remember that? And nasty bitches stole your pill joke. Yes, the birth control pill from your joke, exactly, Sean. And so um So I'm watching the Chappelle special and I see this. So here, I'm gonna tell y'all the joke here in a second after I take a hit of weed. Excuse me. This is joke juice. All right, here we go. All right, okay, so Sean, what happened was this. But you can hear me, right? You can hear me even though I'm not there. I can't smoke on camera. I had to go smoke some weed over there. This is a joke. This is my joke. So here, let me tell you the story. So I'm so mad about someone stealing my joke. Uh, um, that I decide that I gotta do something. I am not gonna let somebody just steal my joke 31 days before I'm about to do my stand-up comedy special. So I called Ty Barnett, one of my writing partners for 25 years. I talked to comedian Tony Daniel, comedian Ty Barnett, and a few other comedians, and people started telling me, well, they had their jokes stolen previously, and don't do nothing, right? Don't 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 stir up the pot, because you could get blackballed, you could get shadow banned if you complain about somebody stealing your joke. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait. Somebody can steal my joke, and then I got to be careful um, on how I respond. That'd be like somebody fucking me in the ass with a dick too big, and then I got to take it out with my left hand carefully. um, so I decide what I'm going to do is I'm going to call Dave Chappelle's mentor, Tony Woods, because I know him. So I met him. We've laughed, we cracked up, all kind of different things. And I got to go backstage at the San Jose Shoreline Amphitheater or something like that, or it was on the comeback tour, Dave Chappelle's comeback tour. I think it was like maybe the fifth or sixth night of the comeback tour, and I got to go backstage and hang out with Tony Woods and Jeff Ross and who else is back there? Hannibal Buress and Chris D'Elia and Fight of the Concords was there, and Tony Woods. And so I called Tony Woods, and he messaged me back. I can't talk right now, and so I called back 6 hours later, and he called me back, but I missed his call on the way to a comedy club. When I get to the, it was Comedy Club Seattle, I think it is called. I don't know, it's the one on Broadway. They got too many there. One's called Comedy Club, one's called Club Comedy. They're both, wonderful venues in their own unique way, but their name are just the reverse of each other. And this is all in Seattle. Seattle's become one of the best places to perform comedy. There are so many different new venues. So, all right. So I walk into, I don't know which one it is, Club Comedy or Comedy Club. It's on Broadway in Seattle. And my first comedy friend, comedian Tony Daniel, is there. And I show him that Tony Woods, Tony Woods, Dave Chappelle's mentor, has called me back, and I'm about to call him and talk to him about me, me thinking that my joke is remixed. And Tony Daniel says to me, Trav, before you go accusing that man's friend of stealing your joke, ask that man, meaning Tony Woods, Dave Chappelle's mentor, to join your Laughter Academy masterclass on stand-up comedy. So I did. So he called me up. He called me back, and I answered, and he goes, I said, hello? He goes, "What's up, Trav?" And I say, "What's up, Tony?" I said, "We I'm doing my first comedy special January 31st in Seattle, and I I'm doing a master class, the Laughter Academy, online with Rick Overton, who's like friends with Robert Williams. Rick Overton has a set list. I mean, his credit should be he did a set list improv where they just pull out random stuff, and he just did 44 minutes randomly. And hey, Carmela, good morning. Let's see, how can I add you to the stage? Good morning, Carmela.
Hey, I'm only on for a little bit because I have to jump onto a webinar.
As you wish.
Yes.
Bring the baby Yoda to me. Notes and gracious. So I'm telling the story. I'll tell you. I'll start the Tony Woods phone call story really fast. Tony Woods, Dave Chappelle's mentor. I call him up. He's like, "What's up, Trav?" I say, "Hey, man, I'm filming my comedy special January 31st, and I want you, if you would, be a part of a master class with me and Rick Overton, Rick Overton did a set list. It's on Amazon. Set list. Stoner McBoner. What's up, Smurf? Funny to the Moon is back. It's strong. Carmela, Sean. You know, it's actually perfect that you two are here with me right now.
All right, we got to take that.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, we got it. Funny to the Moon is back, baby. You're right. We don't need to do pictures. I can do that too, but it's all right. So Tony Wood says, "What's up, Trav?" I'd say, "Hey, man, I'm filming my first comedy special January 31st. I'm like working on my material every day. I'm writing out all my jokes. I'm adding shit to jokes. I'm throwing away jokes. I'm not doing certain jokes." Sean, I made a new joke the other day. Everybody knows somebody that puts some kind of food on something that nobody else does. My little sister, Candy, she, when we were young, would put mayonnaise on green beans. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I said that to a brother that's 70 years old, and he said he got a friend that puts ketchup on bananas.
Yeah.
Okay. And right away, Smurf, I turned into a Red Fox on his ass and said, "Fellas, if a young lady want to put ketchup on your banana, watch out, because she's either pregnant or it's Dracula's daughter."
It's a hamburglar.
Yeah, it's the hamburglar. Yeah. Do you put anything crazy on any food that nobody else does? Do you think? Did you make up anything, or have you heard of anyone?
I don't know.
Another dude said,
sour cream on tacos. I don't know what.
Okay,
Kelly,
yeah,
what do you put sour cream on? Oh no, she's in the shower.
Okay, so I tell her later on. Tell her, give her a big hug for me and tell her I said hi. Your baby sister.
We're trapped. It's a foot of snow coming down, dog.
A foot of snow in Milwaukee. Well, then that means we can do a show all day long.
Blizzard.
Baby. A blizzard.
Yeah, they call it a blizzard. There ain't been a blizzard like this in a long time, man. I'm talking a long. Not the way it's looking, man. It's gonna be like one of them 70s blizzards where the whole town shuts the fuck down.
Well, my father one time walked across Milwaukee on my sister's birthday. They bring her a birthday cake in a blizzard.
When was that?
In April, like April, like 75 or so.
Yep.
I'll ask him later on, maybe. Okay, so once again, we'll do the story over again. So, what's up, Trav? Tony Woods, Dave Chappelle's mentor, says to me, I tell him, "Hey, man, I'm filming my first comedy special January 31st. I said, "Do you have any comedy specials? I mean, how many do you have?" He said, I think he said he had one on Netflix recently, and maybe one a long time ago on Comedy Central. Anyway, so I tell him a joke. So once Tony Woods agrees to be in my master class, I tell him a joke. And this is the joke, Sean. I said, this is how I do the joke on stage. I said, "Pop quiz. What's worse, a black Mormon or a gay Republican?" Black Mormon.
I wouldn't want either. But yes.
A black Mormon because he's probably Republican too. The point of that joke is how you gonna be in a group that really don't want your ass in the group,
Damn.
right? And so, and I said, I've been trying to figure out where Black Republicans come from, and I think I figured it out. Let's say I'm in a
Okay.
let's say I'm in a rural area, and I'm the only brother in the place, but people happy to see me. They're buying me drinks. We're having a great time. Then another brother comes to the door, and I start thinking, what's that nigga doing here? He's gonna fuck up my shit. Keep away from my white folks. Let go of my white folks. Keep away from my crackers. I hope he can't dance better than me. Right? And then I said this. I said, I've only met one like famous Black Republican ever. I was in the St. Louis airport, and Republican Congressman from Oklahoma, J.C. Watts, is walking away from me. I recognize him from TV because he was like on TV a lot during CNN, like during the during the '90s, during the Clinton years. And he's a big football head He's a big football head motherfucker, and he's walking away from me in the St. Louis airport. And I walk fast to catch up to him, and I get right behind him. And I say with a smile on my face, so he thinks that I'm happy to see him. And I say, J.C. Watts. He turns around with a big smile, and I go, Black Republican. And I just walk the fuck away.
Hey.
So I say to Tony Woods, I say Chappelle's mentor, I said, hey man, Tony and friend, I said, hey man, I don't want to accuse Dave of one of his writers stealing one of my jokes, but the joke is very simple.
Man, someone's seen it. They had to. Just like the chick stole your shit and verbatim chopped the shit up to make it, but couldn't take it away from what you said verbatim to get the punchlines, to say it. And then they chopped it. It. But now if you put two of those shows together, no, they didn't chop it. One took a piece and another went, oh shit, we're later, and took another piece of the same joke. And then at the end, the Sarah Gilbert chick took another piece. So three motherfuckers took pieces of your joke, knowing they couldn't have taken the whole joke, but they took a chunk here and took a chunk here and took a chunk here because somebody had seen it, and they all hang out at the fucking same coffee pot at whatever place they make their show.
Yeah. So
there ain't no way in the world one motherfucker seen your shit and it popped up okay. But on the same fucking day, the same rotation, yours is the same verbatim, and it's years apart, and they said it in a way that you can't take it away from you. You can't. If someone writes down "We the People" shit all the way down, you're gonna know what the end of the fucking "We the People" is.
So what? So you guys, what my first great friend Sean is saying here is that the View and the Talk both stole one of my jokes on the same day, word for word. I'm doing my comedy class, focus on the funny with the catchphrase like, I can't make you funny, but I can show you how to be funnier. I'm teaching that class at the Comedy Underground in Seattle. I'm teaching 3 kids. A lady paid me to teach her kids for 5 days during the week for like 6-7 hours. Like she paid me $1,100 to teach these 3 kids how to do stand up. And so we're having lunch, and I get a phone call, and I walk outside because I'm in a basement in the underground. By the way, comedy should be in a basement. The only reason why people think they can complain about what someone is saying is because it's in a mini mall or it's in an open air area. Comedy in a basement, nobody can really come. You know, if you're in the basement, you're like,
you already went in the basement. Every fucking bad story ends up, we shouldn't have gone in the basement.
Exactly. You shouldn't have gone in the basement. That's what Bruce Willis was thinking when he picked her in that corner in Pulp Fiction, watching Ving Rhames getting fucked. Man, maybe I should have went in the basement.
That is one of the best damn movies ever. I don't care. Where the way he portrayed that at the end, it's like, oh yeah, that whole movie. I can't believe what dude's only gonna do one more movie, bro. Well, that's a real good Tarantino.
He's just saying that shit so all you motherfuckers go see his next movie, okay? Look, Tarantino is great, okay? He really is, okay? And I really do love him, and I'm glad you muted your phone or whatever as you every
Oh,
time you
I'm
stop
doing
talking.
laundry, man. That's laundry.
No, I'm saying no, really, yeah. Everybody should mute their phone when they're not talking, unless they're waiting to laugh and there's silence in their background. Uh, Tarantino's great, but he gets a little loose with the word nigga sometimes. You know what I mean?
The whole fucking world is. Anybody that's gonna think that we're gonna get mad because the way people speak, you ain't gonna make
Yeah,
it. You
yeah.
ain't
You
make
ain't
it.
gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it.
If
You're
you're
right, Sean.
worried about the way people talk to you, it's not the
If
real world. Somebody would say that in the real world, you're gonna get your teeth knocked the fuck out. Only with a camera and the rest of the world going, oh my gosh, you got your teeth knocked the fuck out though. Do you understand that? Anybody gets your teeth knocked the fuck out. Being a person that had my teeth knocked the fuck out for me fighting for Sean King when a bunch of honkies went, fuck you, nigga. Well, dude, you shouldn't take on 8 dudes at once because you're gonna get your teeth knocked out.
well, okay, another lesson there, Sean, is if you got a friend that starts shit with people, then maybe you don't need to be going out with that motherfucker out in public. Maybe you need to just sit and smoke some weed and chill and not be going anywhere with that motherfucker. Uh, um, anyway, I got to finish the Tony Woods story.
Yep,
So,
keep going with that.
so Tony Woods says to me, "Now, Trav, Dave really met that dude." And there actually were pictures on the end of the special of him meeting the handicapped Republican. Tony Wood said, "No, just great minds think alike." Dave Chappelle did the exact same thing to a famous Republican that he met in the moment as I did. We said something to the motherfucker and we just walked the fuck away. And then we told people about it.
All right, just call you out. I know who you are.
Yeah, I see you,
You ain't
motherfucker.
hiding in the rest of the world, mingling with the rest of the folks when
Right.
you know you check that mark against every brother you ever known. You're the person that has to check. You're freaking government. Otherwise, we don't give a fuck who you are. If your check didn't count and ended up making millions of people do whatever the check meant, we don't care who you are. Say what you want. Run around. Fucking woo.
So there's all kind of things going on. Pretty soon we're gonna have I got an author of a book that I'm gonna get a chance to interview today. I don't know what time he's gonna come in. He's in New York. Sean, he wrote a
But your
book
boy
titled
said what? Leave that be? Don't fuck with them because they stole your shit? Or what?
My boy said, he said, no. He said he had some shit stolen. No, I'm telling you right now, Chappelle did not steal my shit. So I need to apologize to him for even thinking he might have stolen my joke. Okay? Because I knew he wouldn't, because he did a video last year about how someone had stolen his joke and how it hurt him that somebody had stolen his shit. And I'm trying to find the views. I'm trying to go to my hard drive. Anyway, and so he said that, no, Dave really did meet that guy, blah, blah, blah. That great minds think alike, that he didn't steal my joke. And when he was
Funny's
going to
just
come up,
funny. Funny's just funny.
funny's
People are gonna
funny.
say, just like every song, every note has been done, every word has been sung. You're just naive to think that you're the one that put him in the right music right now.
Right.
Come on, man. Every word has been written and destroyed. So everything you've come up with has been come up with before. The only thing is this electronic shit. We're going to the next level with computers, man. But before, any written word, any story told has been told and told and told.
Yeah, I mean the details, but you're right. The overall thing is very it's very you know regular. I'm excited about doing. I'm really excited about doing. I'm trying to download some files so I can show you some cool stuff. Um, but so anyway, so here's the next thing about that. So yeah, the View and the Talk both did steal one of my jokes the same day. I'm trying to find the video. I don't yet know how to share the screen. So let's see if I could share the screen. I could just go to Facebook and do that. Okay, that sounded loud. This is Your Fault for Watching. I like that title. We need to put the logo up here. Where is how do I do that? How do I get this? Save image. Let's save this image. And then let's see if I can make it be my background. So I'm just learning how to work this system. This is like Blog Talk, but it's a little bit better. So let's see if I can do settings. Can I add a background? My virtual background. Can I add a virtual background? Plus, add a background. Add a file. Watch out, folks. Watch this,
Hey.
Sean. Bam! Abracadabra. Save background. Oops, that's not how I want to do it. No, that's off. It's not going to work.
It's like watching your
Okay,
kid go from racing go-karts to little minis and then the real race cars. That's what we're going to watch here.
Right. Right.
Right now you're on a bike. All right, man. We're getting on a roller skates now.
Exactly. Let's see here. I guess I gotta be able to rotate this. Need to rotate it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Rotate it again. That's not gonna work. So why is it doing that? Save my background. Let's see what it looks like. This should work. I don't see why. Why is it?
Oh, wow.
Look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but it says your fault for watching.
Yeah. No, I see it on my
I don't see
phone.
why it's backwards. I don't see why it's backwards. Except for me.
Oh, now it's feed.
How do I flip my? I'm supposed to be able to flip my background some kind of way. Let's see, camera.
Right now, you just got it on both. Both are working. Feed
I
and
flipped it
YouTube.
already. Okay, good. That's a good thing, right? So basically, you got to get 300 watch hours. I got a story about this kind of blow my mind. Okay, Tim Loss, you can come on anytime you want to tell your story, or I can read your story. So I knew a comic here in Southern Illinois that had a killer joke about Willy Wonka and how the grandpa and that was just a piece of crap. Okay.
What?
I don't know. I have somebody.
The grandpa and Willy Wonka was a piece of crap.
I don't know. Let's see here. Let's see.
That
There's a
old
story.
dude, the old bubble boy, the old grandpa that's burping before he gets chopped up in the fan.
See, I've never seen Willy Wonka. I need to see it, but so come
You've
on.
never seen Willy Wonka? Come on, man. It's Gene
No.
Wilder pre going and seeing trippy shit. Take a fucking hit and watch them going down the tunnel.
This is your fault for watching. Well, we're doing a joke writing morning class. Funnier stories, stolen jokes, Cat Williams ain't crazy. Fix my joke. If you want to call up and we'll work on your joke. And we're going to have the author of A Nightmare on Sperm Street will join us, I think, in our second hour.
What? Dude, you say what?
There's a guy who wrote a
Sperm
book.
Street. What?
The guy that wrote a book about how women are affected by any sperm that touches their body throughout their life. And the book is titled A Nightmare on Sperm Street. And so I got the author, a friend of mine hooked me up with the author, Richard Wallace.
Sperm Street. Oh,
Yes.
shit.
And we're going to interview them.
We can sit around and we'll eat vegan nut cheese.
Vegan nut cheese and A Nightmare on Sperm Street on Your Fault for Watching.
Right?
Right. Let's see if I can play this. I think I can play commercials on here. If I made a commercial, how do I share I can share a screen? Okay, so if I can play it. Who's calling me? Let me tell this person. I guess I got to get the thing on my phone so we can invite more people. But this is Your Fault for Watching. Sean, do you remember I made some? Here's my. Let's see if this will work. I just was. Could you? Was it
It was
stuttering for
jamming,
you? Okay, good. So was it clean video for you? Was it cool?
jamming.
Okay, good. All right, so that
Between
works.
this, whatever we're doing here, you get like a 3 second gap to whatever you see on YouTube.
Okay, all right. So okay, a 3 second. That's good to know. Let me see here. Let's try this one. I'm gonna see if I can put recording audio. Hey, I'm learning how to do this right on the fly. I'll get better, Sean. I'll get crispy on this mug here in a minute. Let's see. I'll put a little stand up on right quick. Okay, anyway, finish the story. So there you have it. Chappelle did not steal my joke. The joke is like really only 5 words difference, 12 years apart. Basically, we both ran into a Republican we'd seen on TV and decided to hurt that motherfucker's feelings and walk away. Because basically, comedians are not bullies, but we are bully slayers. Okay?
Like that cat thing, Cat
yeah,
Williams
so
with
Tim, okay, here we go.
that chick,
So,
with the Rhonda or whatever her name was.
what you what? I'm trying to find the view and the talk stealing my joke, but
No, man, the Cat Williams when he served up the chick and then afterwards went on the Club Shay Shay show and then said, "Oh yeah, I'll serve them all. I don't care. I come from the
Cat
streets as a
Williams.
little kid." Yeah.
Cat Williams put his foot. Cat Williams put his foot in a whole bunch of people's ass. He put his foot in. Oh, he stomped all over Ricky Smiley.
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer. He kicked ass. I mean, oh man, damn. Hey man, and look, put it like this. But, and I got no problem with most of what he said because if you're a joke thief, you need to be outed, okay? Because you're a monster. Somebody famous, somebody will take somebody. Sometimes, Sean, what'll happen is like a headliner might come to a city, go to the open mic, and then just steal the open micers premises.
Right? They
And
don't
go
know
to
who
the
they
next.
are.
Yeah,
Go to the next city and serve
exactly.
them up.
Exactly. And that's dirty.
Isn't that what Joe Rogan did to that one cat? What was his name?
Carlos Mencia. Yeah, he
Let's
called
see
him
it.
out.
Yeah, he jumped
called him
on
out on
stage
stage.
and called him the fuck out. That's it.
You gotta get. Hey, I respect it. Yeah, because Joe's like, hey, motherfucker, you steal people's jokes, and maybe people are afraid of you because you are more popular than them right now. But you ain't gonna kick my ass. Oh, matter of fact, Sean, I'm working on doing a joke where Darth Vader is actually doing stand up, and I was working on it with Rick Overton, and he said to me, how in the hell does Vader go from a murderous motherfucker to telling jokes? And I said, well, he's an alternative universe Vader that never really killed any kids and came to Earth and fell in love with Mark Twain and George Carlin and Nina Simone and James Baldwin and he decided to be, to do comedy. And Rick Overton says, fuck that. He did MDA and mushrooms. And I said, yeah, matter of fact, I saw Mike Tyson on Rogan talking about doing mushrooms, and if it would work and chill Mike Tyson out, then why wouldn't it, help Vader?
So now you got Vader tripping on shrooms.
Yeah, and he's doing jokes like I had Vader doing a joke about Superman. Kal-El calls himself Superman, but they're hungry people on a planet he lives upon. Watch this. I have Kal-El's powers. Hey, Super Vader. What? There's hungry people on the planet. No, they ain't. I just fed everyone. I used what Superman did in order to save Lois in Superman 1. I went back in time with a big-ass sub sandwich, and everybody got a bite. And now, today, everyone that was hungry yesterday is now shitting because I'm Super Vader.
What? They're all shitting.
Yeah, because they got to eat.
Okay.
I mean, the same thing about it. Superman. You're Superman, and there's hungry people on a planet Euro. It doesn't make any sense, right? You let them call you Superman, and it's motherfucker. You got super hearing. You can hear hunger pains, and you ignore them
And my stomach's growling in
all over the
Ethiopia.
planet, and you
You
ignore the
can't shut
shit.
that little boy up in East
Yeah.
Central, South
Now,
Central LA with the babies screaming.
now one thing
Annoying the
that
fuck out of him.
exactly. Oh yeah, Superman leaves the planet because the motherfuckers are too hungry, whining about not having no food. I mean, think Batman. You wrestling around with purse snatchers and alleys using gadgets, motherfucker. I mean, come on, man. I mean, if you just fed everybody, you're a billionaire. Alarm. Oh,
Wow, man, that thing's like an attack of the jewelry box.
Oh, here it is. I found it. Boom. Let's see if I can play it. Let me see here. How do I share my screen? Back here. Let's go back.
That's
Hey,
your
watch this.
ringtones? Those are your ringtones?
That was an alarm. It's some
Alarm?
it was just some irritating.
Here you walking as Vader coming down the street, and all of a sudden you hear like a little
Listen.
dancing ballerina coming up behind him with your ringtone.
Can you see it?
Oh, I don't know. Let me get in there. I don't see nothing right now.
Can you hear it? No. Okay. I'll get it in a second. Oh shit! I got it, Sean. Here goes. About to mess y'all up. Here is ABC's The View and CBS's The Talk, stealing my joke on the same day. Can you see it now, Sean?
Nope.
You see that? Yes? You hear it? You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, watch this. This is the actual audio. So my joke comes up first on YouTube in 206. And then coming out, I saw on the Discovery Channel, coming out in a few months, is a brand new male version of the birth control pill. Men are going to be able to start taking the pill.
Scientists are very close to developing a male birth control pill.
My question is, what woman in her right mind is going to trust the guy who took the pill?
The question is, would you trust the man to be the one responsible for the pill?
We can't even put a seat down without being right.
You can't even trust a man to put the toilet seat down. You're going to trust him to take a little pill?
And as much as we're live for sex, it'll be easy for us to go, no, baby, I'm having condoms. I'm taking a pill.
28. Here's why else it wouldn't work is because does this sound trustworthy to anybody? I don't have a condom, baby, but don't worry, I took my pill.
Comedian, and I think people can even like comedians, but your brain is fucked up now. You're fucked up now because you can't clearly tell that joke and be confident about it anymore. It's over.
Anytime I see a woman who might have watched The View, I don't know if they saw my joke on that show. I'm serious about that. Joy would know this. Whoopi would know this. I don't know how much stand-up Sherry has actually done to really know that, okay? But I know Whoopi knows. That's what one of my comedian friends been doing comedy over 20 years. He said, Whoopi knows better. Whoopi knows better. Whoopi knew when she was saying the lines that, oh, somebody wrote this, they really got down. She knew that. And that's why.
No, but if some writer, people have fed her good lines for, I'm sure there are writers on the show.
Yeah.
So she's out, here's another good line.
I'm not saying
That's
that she
all.
knew
It's
it was
not-
fake. I'm saying she knew it was a good line. Otherwise, she wouldn't have done it. A good
Well,
line.
and she says the only part, Whoopi says the only part that could have been said by anybody, almost like currently in the news, there's a birth control for men, because that is in the news. So she says the part that anyone could say. It's the other people that it's fishy. It's like they're,
Exactly.
because everybody
said,
can mention today in
I
the
have the
news. It's
utmost
like talking about
respect.
Katrina. You can
We
talk about
have-
Katrina when Katrina's in the news. Everyone's going to talk about it. But I think what's really creepy is the second show when she says, "No, baby, I don't have any condoms. I'm on the pill." I'm like, holy shit. That's really exact.
Not only exact, it is rhythmically exact.
Yeah. The use of the word
Exactly.
baby is what really did it for me. The use of that euphemism or that term is what really did it for me, because they could have used any other term, but they like line for line.
And you should definitely go. You should definitely go strong with whatever you have to do to make people aware of this, and it will get to the view if it's big enough and you have enough hits.
You're right. This is a comedian being raped by a daily talk show.
Damn.
And there are probably many other comedians, and you're right. So
Because this is not an ego, it's not an ego or pride thing. This is a living thing. This is my living, motherfucker. You're like stealing from me.
It's one of your main jokes.
Yep.
It's like
Well,
someone stole your
regular
car,
opener.
Travis, because you travel with that bit. It's like someone stealing your car, and now they're
Well,
gonna say,
you're
"Well,
right.
just get a new car. Just get a new car." And you're like, "Motherfucker, I can't afford a new car."
So then,
Well,
what
like,
should
I
I
still-
call the page, people? I mean, a TV show stole my joke, or right now I just made a page called it ABC's The View, and CBS's The Talk stole my joke on the same day. Oh, so much.
All right.
That's perfect.
All right, Sir Smoke a Lot. Fall the fuck over. Now you really looking like Fred Sanford. This motherfucker looks like Fred Sanford. Take a hit. This is the Vader puffer.
Yeah, Conrad. Woo! That motherfucker's bad.
Chef Bruce.
You could turn that.
Can we give a round of applause for these guys? That was an amazing first jam.
Conrad! Give a Conrad!
Conrad on the drums.
Yeah!
For real though. I mean,
For real.
This was a free show. You guys just got like a $50 drum solo right there.
That shit was
Good Day Donuts.
You want to take a buttermilk hunk with you?
You sure you don't want to taste it before you go? I better taste it.
Yeah.
Can I record you tasting it for the first time? With sunglasses? Thank you very much. Now, okay, here you go. Let me record this first taste test right here.
Joe Donut time.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. I will be back tomorrow.
Yeah, you're in the commercial, so that's...
All right, yes. Come down to Good Day Donuts in White Center, where it's all happening.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name's Matt.
I'm Travis.
Travis, nice to meet
I'm the Big Funny. Tell Good Day Donuts the Big Funny sent you, and you'll get a free donut. Just not an apple fritter. They're too good.
Okay. Apple fritter man.
this stuff like on the fly. Let's see. How do I remove that? Okay.
When a professional
Oh, you can
chef,
move shit
Chef
around
Eric,
now. All right.
opens a
Look at
donut
that.
shop,
Oh,
Good
technical.
Day Donuts.
You want to take a buttermilk hunk with you?
You sure you don't want to taste it before you go?
I better taste it.
Yeah.
Can I record you tasting it for the first time? With sunglasses? Thank you very much. Now, okay, here you go. Let me record this first taste test right here.
Taste test.
I grabbed the wrong file.
Really good. I will be back tomorrow.
Yeah, you're in the commercial, so that's...
All right, yes. Come down to Good Day Donuts
Goes
in White
tomorrow.
Center.
Professional chef, Chef Eric, opens a donut shop, Good Day Donuts.
What did you just get?
Sea salt maple, it's my favorite. I'm kind of addicted to it.
Kind of.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You come here often?
Whenever I can. But maybe sometimes it's a few days a week and sometimes it's only every few weeks, so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty wonderful.
Thank you.
Tell Good Day Donuts the Big Funny sent you, and you'll get a free donut. Just not an apple fritter. They're too good.
All right. So what happened was I go in this donut. I'm doing laundry and at the laundromat, and I go into Good Day Donuts, and they how do I bring it back regular? How do I bring back this regular thing here? And they don't have a garbage can. They only got recycle and compost. He has a piece of cardboard next to the cash register that he's giving homeless people credit on donuts and coffee and sandwiches. And I see that no garbage can, only compost recycle. And he has a cardboard thing over there where he's giving homeless people credit and giving them, food and I don't know, stimulants, I guess. Pouring beans over hot water over beans, I guess. And I lost my mouse. And there's a black woman, probably in her 50s. She's sitting in the booth, just sitting there. And I'm like, what you doing? She said, "Oh, I'm waiting for the bread man to get here so I get my morning breakfast sandwich." And I said to myself, if this big black woman is sitting here waiting for the bread man to arrive so she can get her breakfast sandwich, I got to try this breakfast sandwich, right? So she's looking at me. I don't want to be stereotypical, but she looked like she could cook. Anyway, and I got a breakfast sandwich. It was so good, okay? It was so good, Sean. And at the end, as a sandwich, like a sub-type sandwich, breakfast sandwich, I got some mayonnaise on my thumb. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. I fucking hate mayonnaise on fucking breakfast sandwiches. And I hate mayonnaise on anything hot, But it was mayonnaise on the whole sandwich, and I didn't know there was mayonnaise on it until the last bite. That's a good ass sandwich. And so I made him 4 commercials for free because his food was wonderful, but more importantly, he was giving free food to homeless people. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make you some commercials. I'm gonna surprise your ass. And so here's Sean. This is the 3rd commercial I made for him for free because I could. Here we go.
The professional chef, Chef Eric, opens a donut shop, Good Day Donuts.
Is this your first time to Good Day Donuts?
Nah, man, I'm over here every day.
Every day?
Every day. Do one of them glazed chocolate cakes, too.
All right.
What's your favorite donut?
Got one more.
That sea salt glaze, man.
The sea salt glaze?
Sea salt glaze. Give me one of them Homer Simpsons, too, bro.
Homer Simpson? They got a Homer Simpson donut here?
That's what I call it.
Let's see that Homer Simpson donut. Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Tell Good Day Donuts the Big Funny sent you, and you'll get a free donut. Just not an apple fritter. They're too good.
All right. Okay, we're back. Just messing around trying to figure out how to play videos. You know, Sean, I've never actually streamed live any of my stand-up. I'm right now preparing for my first comedy special, Sean. Oh, I should tell you this new joke I've been working on. I don't know, can you see me, Sean? I can't tell if anybody can see me. Let's see here. Is Sean here still? No, I'm by myself. Oh, okay. So I'm talking to myself now. But 4 people are watching, so I'll keep playing videos until some other people come in. I'm gonna put a little stand-up video on right quick for you guys. This for a while was the file that I would send around whenever I was auditioning for something that that didn't necessarily need to clean anything. Performed at the Oops. Where did it go? Let's try it again. This is the Laughter Academy. Here you go. Here's an example of some stand-up comedy. If anybody wants to come on, and I'm going to go perform at the Hemp Fest. We did it last year. It was really cool. They want us to not just do pothead jokes at the Hemp Fest. They want us to talk about medical marijuana. And what I figured out about medical marijuana is this. Diseases or disease is really your body at dis-ease. You smoke some weed, it gets rid of the dis, and it puts your ass at ease. Thank you. Give me an example. Thank you. I was talking to a lady who had breast cancer. She said that, well, what happens is when you're on chemo, the chemo makes food taste like metal. I said, so what? You smoke some weed and it stopped tasting like metal? She said, no. The weed just helps you forget it tastes like metal. Another example how marijuana might help is I was watching a documentary about jazz. And on there they said that Louis Armstrong used to smoke marijuana every day, all day long. And they asked him why. And he said that it was the 1930s and 40s, and that marijuana was his insulator against the pain of racism. I'm thinking, of course, that's what Louis meant when he said, I see trees of green and clouds of white. Pass the pipe, but back in time. And I think to myself, what time, wonderful world. I don't like the word racist because the word racist sounds too much like scientists. Right? It sounds like you thought some shit through, but you didn't. And it's very easy, I found, to not be racist. Before I moved to Seattle, I used to believe that all Asian people look the same. Until I got an Asian friend. Then I saw another Asian person, and I said to myself, hey, that ain't Steve. Some of y'all know Steve? All right. Clean, dirty, or political as I leave? Clean, dirty, or political? Dirty. Dirty. Okay, I'll give you a quick dirty. I'll tell you like this. I believe that in relationships, it's more important to find someone that can think good rather than fuck good. No. Because you spend more time. This lady likes her dick over there. She said, I ain't got all these titties for no dick. I need more than a book to get me through the night. Here, let me start over again. It's more important to find someone that can think good rather than fuck good.
Because you spend more time thinking than you ever will fucking. And if you're with someone that can fuck good but they can't think good, as soon as you get done fucking, you're thinking, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta get the fuck out. Thank you, good direction show.
Welcome to the Big Funny. This is 206, Emerald City Dispensary.
That's right, where the weed is legal and marriage is equal.
What Big Funny said.
That's right.
Yo, any purchase you get a free blunt. And I'm Clear Mind. Facebook me, yo. You know
What's
what
your
I mean?
name? Clear Mind?
Clear Mind,
Okay.
yo, CH.
We'll hook up so you can have a video of this. So you can do it, all right?
Yeah.
All right?
DJ
The Big Funny. So Facebook / The Big Funny.
That's my music.
Okay.
Yo, all my info's on there. I'm CH, man.
All right.
I'm from DC. Nation's capital.
DC? You from DC?
I'm from DC.
Ain't this one of the best cities to be in, honestly?
This is the greatest city to be in. First of all, y'all got the highest minimum wage. Second of all, weed is legal. Third of all, fall back. There's a lot of money out this motherfucker. This is paradise. I'm from DC. I'm from a place we ain't had shit. This is paradise. Wake the fuck up and come here to enjoy your fucking paradise on earth. Holla.
Seattle. So how do you feel? You live here now?
Yeah.
Where the weed is legal?
Yeah.
And marriage is equal? What's better than that?
Nothing.
Will I leave funnier after I'm high? This is science. Not really. It's happening. We're at the Seattle Hemp Fest. It's kind of thin because it's legal. Everybody's high at their house. That's what I'm guessing. When you guess the same thing, people high at home. See, since weed's been legal, I smoke less because no longer do I have to get high before I go somewhere. I can get high when I get there. No, you don't need to get high on the way. Don't get high on the way, dummy. You're fucking up. I'm walking around smoking weed. This is like crazy.
Hemp Fest.
Hemp Fest.
Happy Hemp Fest, sir.
Happy Hemp Fest.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah, we should do the Happy Hemp Fest high five.
That's right.
There you go. The Happy Hemp Fest high five. Up top. Space Needle in the background. Bam. Come on. This is what's better than this. What's happening? How you doing, man? Hey, man. Wait a minute. How you smoking cigarettes when weed is legal?
I'm allergic to weed.
Okay, well then, you're allergic to that too. There he is. That's what we all need. Hey, gentlemen, if mango lemonade don't sound good to you, you ain't high. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Mango lemonade. I'm high.
I'm the Hope for Dope Bear. Visit the Hope Clinic and get your medical marijuana card. It's in South Lake Union on West Lake. With Dope Magazine keeping you rocking. Roar!
I could be high. You got some weed? Yeah, I'm high. Shit. Not like crazy high. Because you know, like if something fucked up happened right now, I wouldn't be high anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But if I was drunk right now, something fucked up would happen, I would still be drunk.
Are you trying to insinuate that cannabis is actually safer than alcohol?
Yes, I am.
Well, I've heard that rumor.
Look at that shirt.
I have heard that rumor.
Perfect timing. I didn't even see you. That's amazing. That's right here, me and you. The Big Funny. But I got a problem with you right now.
What's your problem?
You got a cigarette in your hand.
Yeah.
How you smoking cigarettes when weed is legal? Legal. Did you see that? Legal.
Because I'm an addict, honey. What do
You're
you
right.
think?
You're hooked on it. You're right.
But
Because
I'll
that-
tell you what I've done. These are organic. It's not the tobacco that's the problem. It's the thousands of crap chemicals they put in it that's the problem.
That's true. Is it right?
So I smoke about 5
you're
a
right.
day whether I need to or not. And the same thing is problem with the 502 stores because our Liquor Control Board, in their infinite wisdom, have declared that 200 chemicals are just fine to use in the producing and processing of cannabis. Only 195 of them should never be near the human body. So what are they thinking, honey?
He's trying to kill you.
Yeah, people. That's just, well, we got the pharmaceutical companies doing that. We don't need cannabis to kill us. We need cannabis to keep us from being killed.
Okay, so can I ask you a couple questions?
I just know this is true. Like, you can't die from weed. You can die from withdrawals alone from alcohol. Like, I know that alone is.
Gotta move, honey.
Okay, yeah.
They're trying to get the
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get. Go ahead, keep telling us because. So this is one of the things I was thinking about. I was trying to explain it. I was trying to figure out how can I explain marijuana as safer than alcohol. So let's say that the four of us are at my house, and you two are smoking a brand new strain of weed that does get you high, right? And you never had it before, so it really affects you, right? The two of us, we're drinking. Ruben and I, let's say we split 4 or 5 bottles of wine. All of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. Open the door up, I'm gonna kill y'all. The two of y'all are not high anymore, right? It's worn off. We two, we're so drunk, I might go over and I don't believe you and answer the door.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Do you agree? How's that for a good analogy?
I think that's a perfect analogy.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing is, of course, well, I always talk a lot about pharmaceuticals, because every time you take a pharmaceutical, with most of the pharmaceuticals out there, you are killing your organs.
Yeah,
you're doing
liver
very severe
kidney and all
damage
that,
to your organs.
Yeah, I was talking to
Cannabis cures problems with your organs.
Yeah.
So I was talking to a woman who had fibromyalgia, and she was talking about, take it easy. I was talking to a woman who had fibromyalgia, and she was saying that she hadn't tried medical marijuana. And I said, well, have you even looked up to see if somebody who has what your disease is already tried it? And she did. And the woman was on there talking about how she was able to get rid of like 6, 7 medicines.
That's right.
And so I started thinking, 6 or 7 medicines times the side effects.
Oh, but it gets worse than that, honey, because the 6 or 7 actually mushroom into 13, 17, 23. This is why they end up with all these, because you've got to have this drug to counteract the unwanted effects of this drug. And then you've got to have another drug to counteract the unwanted effects of this drug. In point of fact, there are no such things as side effects. Drugs do what drugs do. It's just that we call them side effects when we don't like them. One of the side effects of most strains of cannabis is intoxication to a degree, but not all strains. But that's just part of what it does.
Well, for me, I would rather smoke and have a head high that's making me want to ask questions, rather than be laid into the couch. Now, but I understand that if somebody has back pain or any kind of other pain, you might want to go to have this stuff that helps you go to sleep.
We need the science so we can fine tune this stuff. Here's the one you take to go to sleep. I want to have a little cannabis capsule or a strain that you better get to bed in 10 minutes because you're going to be asleep. So you want to get in a comfortable place. That's what we need for people with insomnia and that sort of things. Something for pain. We're beginning to develop that more, but God, we need the science, honey. There's just a limit to how far the stoners can go.
You're right. We need scientists.
We need the scientists.
So I think this is great because we're Washington, right, where the weed is legal and marriage is equal.
It's not legal, but it's less penalized. It's the road to decriminalization.
Less penalized. I like that.
Less penalized.
What's with the slow roll? What's with the tippy toe? Why are they tippy toeing it out?
Honey,
there?
if it was legal, I could just pull out a joint right now and hand it to you, and a cop could come by and have a. And
you
share
can't
it
do
with
that?
us. Hell no.
Oh.
There's a $27 fine in the city of Seattle, but that's pretty minor.
Well, today they're not passing out fines, right?
No, it's not legal. If it was legal, you could open up a store. You could go to your local 7-Eleven and buy a joint.
So let me ask you this: why the slow roll?
It takes. It's always anytime there's a cultural society change, it is slow. You have to change hearts and minds. Even when you put laws in. Okay, for instance, in my lifetime, we've had some I've talked about this here, the nasty laws. In my lifetime, there were laws in most of the states in this country that would not allow you and I to marry.
You're right.
I know I'm right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Right. It wasn't. But not only that, there were laws. Well, not only that black people couldn't marry white people, there were laws that black people couldn't marry black people because marriage is about property ownership, And you can't own property
when you are property.
when your ass is property.
That's right, honey.
You're right on time,
That's
right
right.
on it.
That's right.
Look at you.
And you know, and let me tell you something about cannabis, bringing it kind of back to our subject
please
here.
do.
That cannabis is illegal in the first place because of racism, ambition, and greed. And nothing has changed in the last 100 years except the names of a few of the players. It's still racism, ambition, and greed.
I love that. Thank you.
I'm right.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
Dawn?
Dawn.
Free donuts? Hey, if a free donut don't sound good to you, you ain't high either.
Did you check to see if they were?
Yeah, I want a free donut.
Ooh.
Everyone's like, good idea. There you go.
He said it.
Yeah, look at that. Hey, if a free donut don't sound good to you, you ain't high.
That's right.
How's that? Okay. Did you want a donut?
I went with you. Does that say motherfucker weeds working within you?
Yes, look at that.
Is that what that
Look at
means?
He said, motherfucker, weed's working within you. No, really, it's motherfucker, what's wrong with you?
That's
But for
right.
today, it's motherfucker, weed working within you.
Is it working?
I got a third definition for the thing right here live. Tell them your name.
My name's Ian O'Mara. I'm also a local Seattle comic, and I work for Mighty O Donuts here with Julie, our store manager.
Mighty O
And,
Donuts.
And Keen. Keen's helping us out, courtesy of Alaska. We got some free donut samples here for you folks.
Can I have one too?
Of course you
Yes,
can.
you may.
Thank you.
Especially for the cameraman.
Nice.
If mango lemonade don't sound good to you, you ain't high. If a free donut don't sound good to you, you ain't high.
If it don't sound good, I am high.
See how easy that is? It's so much fun. How y'all doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Can we ask you some questions? Or do you care? We got a camera here, that's what I'm asking.
Oh my God.
Okay, you joking?
She does all the talking. She's the smart one.
Okay, so the question today is, why is there such a slow roll on the weed in Washington? And the other question is,
Could you ask an easier question?
okay, sure. Is marijuana safer than alcohol?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Why?
Because-
How? How would you explain it to somebody who has never done either?
Doesn't affect your liver, doesn't make you feel bad the next morning when you wake up. You actually are more functional with marijuana than you are with alcohol. And
How about this one?
It's just better
How about
for you.
this one? And does it make you violent? I like that one.
Yes.
Doesn't make you lose your motor skills
There you
as
go.
much.
Right? And if something bad happens, you ain't high anymore. But if something bad happens, you're still drunk, and you can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
I gave up alcohol when I started smoking weed.
You gave up alcohol, and that's why they don't want you to give up alcohol. But wouldn't the weed commercials be better? Are you upset at anything right now? You needn't be.
Only that I wish it was more widespread across the United States.
Me too. It is. But why do you? Okay. So the other question is, why did they do it first in Colorado and Washington? Do you think?
I don't know, because we're democratic states, and it's kind of weird. You would
Keep going.
I guess it's democratic.
How about this
states.
logic?
Tell
Because
me.
we're really white states. Okay, and meaning when they're still putting mostly black people in jail for possession, then you can still keep filled the prisons in at least other mostly black areas.
That's interesting.
How about that?
That's got to stop. though.
Right, I agree with that. Hey, my HempFest high five. We're gonna do a second HempFest high five over the fence.
Oh, give it to me high. Thanks,
Bam.
sir.
All right. So can I ask you a question?
Ask me a question.
Question of the night.
Hi.
Question of the day is,
Happy
is
HempFest.
marijuana safer than alcohol?
Absolutely.
How do you know?
Because
How do you
I've had
know?
experiences with both.
Aha!
There are 0 deaths involving marijuana, and I don't know what the statistic is on alcohol.
It's a whole lot, though.
It's a lot more than 0.
Bam! Somebody just stabbed me right then. Just right there. Why is marijuana safer than alcohol?
How many people have died from marijuana use?
0.
How many people per year die from drunk driving? Or
Bam! Somebody just right now.
every 5 seconds or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that. I don't know the statistics.
Bam!
It's a
Another
lot.
one right there.
It's a lot.
Sorry, is that too loud for you? Okay, great.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
here's the next question. Ready?
Sure.
Why the slow roll on the legalization in Washington, D.C.?
see me.
Where'd he go? Now I'm back. I don't know.
The what?
The slow roll on the full legalization of marijuana in Washington. What's the reason?
I have no idea.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
But would you agree there's a slow roll?
Yeah, it's getting there.
But wait a minute. It's getting here. How long has it been legal? A year and a half?
Something like that.
Last year.
When
we celebrated our 1 year anniversry of last November.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
guess
is
I got
it
the
still
facts.
how many places are open
Because
right
weed
now?
was made
Like
legal the
5?
day before my birthday.
What's the slow roll about? Right?
You know what? Though? It's going slow, but you know what? At least it's finally legalized.
I agree with that. No, I'm talking about the slow roll. Oh yeah, the other hand.
Yeah, no, it's ink.
Okay.
Blew up a pen in my hand. But I asked my mom back when I was 16 years old of, you know, what's the possibility of marijuana becoming legal in my lifetime? She's like, very, very doubtful. I'm 24 years old, just turned 24 August 5th this year, and it's been legal over a year, and I'm happy.
Okay, let me answer this question. Why do you think marijuana is safer than alcohol?
Why is marijuana safer than alcohol? Actually, you know, I can perfectly answer that question for you, actually, because the simple fact is alcohol raises my anger. It makes me more pissed off. I have PTSD, bipolar, and manic depression. So all of those hit at once when I drink alcohol, especially vodka. This right here, I can walk around all day smoking weed, and I can be calm, mellow.
Oh shit!
And you know, people can be. I mean, I was Spain right outside of the Mariners game. People would be yelling at me like, "Get a freaking job!" I'm like, dude, you know what? Why would I have to get a job if I have to work with an asshole like you? Why would I get a job, you know, if they won't let us smoke weed in our off time?
That's good, man.
I'll be honest, I'm homeless, 24 years old, me and my fiance both, but you know, me and her live in a tent, and the simple fact is, cops cannot mess with you when you are smoking weed in your tent because you have 4 walls, you have a roof over your head, you have a floor where you sleep on. Guess what? It's your residence.
It's America.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. You're helping.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right.
You guys stay safe.
Was that good? We were watching TV right there.
Oh shit! Got the boot.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody can hear me or not. Let's see. Can you hear me? Testing. I don't know if anybody can hear me. If you can hear me, say something in the chat room, and then I'll know you can hear me, and we'll keep going here. This is the Laughter Academy. Your fault for watching. We're just chilling here on this snowed in morning. A lot of people are snowed in, got blizzards all across the country. Sean is here. He's in Milwaukee. He's in a blizzard, snowed in. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna put on something different here. That's the bomb. Let's see here how I can play this. We're gonna share the screen. And then we're gonna show you. I'm gonna show y'all the joke that I thought was stolen.
This is Big Funny TV.
This
was called Funny in Seattle. It's now titled It's Your Fault for Watching. Enjoy 2012. David Crow, Dwayne Gold, Craig Gass, and me.
That's how Ozfest operates. Ozfest operates. Once they establish the brand, Ozzy and the two or three of the bands on the main stage are getting paid. Everybody else on Ozfest is actually paying
just to be a part of it.
And they're paying a lot of money to be on it, and it's a buy-in. And the labels are putting the money out, and the labels are covering costs of putting the band out on Ozfest and paying for the expenses of driving the band around with the hopes that the exposure will sell enough albums to recoup.
So Ozzy
get a cut of this, or is it just
Kansas
a
City,
way
can I
you
say-
wanted to make a platform for bands to get exposure?
There's really, it's so, the recording industry is so fucked right now that it's, every night just becomes this mess of flyers and calls.
You there, buddy? I'm trying to
Yo.
figure out. Yeah, I think I got it open on 2 different files, and that's why it's not working right. Okay.
There it is. Something.
Okay, we're here. This is the Laughter Academy. Good morning. This is our first episode. We're trying to figure out how to work
Fucking
StreamYard.
episode. This dude episode ain't no episode, dude. You just live. This world's just live, man.
You're right.
You could have put a number on it. All right. 237. Click. Go. Okay, we gotta go with number 1, man. You're gonna have a lot of number 1s. You're gonna be the number 1 motherfucking number 1 dude.
So how was the video? Was it choppy or is it choppy?
No, man, this shit's fine.
Oh,
It's
really?
fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And then I tried to watch it on YouTube, but I can't watch that and then listen to you because I just need to listen to you. And the phone I put here, walk around, do my shit.
right. So check this one out. I was outside of a weed store, and
Lucky bastard.
and I see a friend of mine.
That's fucked up. I still say that, dude.
What?
You lucky bastard. It's not legal here. They are so slow rolling Wisconsin. They're barely going to give you medical marijuana.
Oh, you're
It's
right.
so bad.
Hey, man, what that is? That's a cabal of the lawyers.
Nasty white
It's a
people.
cabal of the lawyers. Here, matter of fact,
No, white motherfucking Republicans. So ain't a
Matter of
lot of
fact,
black Republicans. Like you said, you gonna find them like you found Santa Claus in the mall. There's one of them right there.
right.
Is
You gotta go.
why
down the corner,
is
you might find another
marijuana
one.
better than alcohol?
How is it? And
Say it again.
because you can save lives and have a good time with the exact same plant.
There you go. Save lives and boom.
And
Hemp
it's
Fest
the
high
cousin
five.
to hemp, which is, I mean, get me wrong, I love cannabis, but hemp is so much cooler than cannabis. It can change the world.
Tell the
Hemp can
people.
change everything from our economic problems to our fuel problems, stop clear cutting our forests.
Why do you think there's a slow roll on the full legalization in Washington State?
Why there's a what?
Slow roll. Why
Slow
it's
roll,
so
like
slow?
why it's coming out slowly?
Yeah.
Because they're figuring out a whole new system. You know, they're starting from scratch. They don't understand what's happening. They don't understand what they're trying to regulate. And until now, it's been really politically inconvenient for them to know anything about cannabis. And so I think it's a lot for them to uptake. You know, they made some pretty classic movie mistakes early on, and now they're trying to figure out how to work within that to make the best law possible. And it's going to take some work, but I think there's definitely a lot of dedicated people out there that are trying to do that. You know, and it's all about cooperation and teaching each other and understanding that, you know, there's a lot going on, and they're trying, but we have to tell them how to try. Like,
Thank you very much.
you are so welcome.
If
I am
mango
thrilled.
lemonade don't sound good to you, you ain't high. Isn't that true? Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Question of the day is, why is marijuana safer than alcohol?
Why is marijuana safer? Because it doesn't have all the nasty side effects, and you don't get hangovers, and you feel good, and you don't feel bad.
See? Thank you. That's all I need.
That's all you need to know. Feel good. Smoke pot.
See how much fun this is?
Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool.
It's funny though because you listen to them and how wrong every one of all those people are on everything, and you're going, "What's pot good for?" What was the question? What is it? What is the question?
Why is marijuana safer than alcohol? Just in general. Why is it safer?
It's not. It's not.
Yes, it is.
Are you crazy?
John,
In America,
John,
throughout America, listen, throughout America, you go to jail for some dude saying he smelled weed. I don't care where the fuck you live.
Okay,
You're
right.
living in the lucky la la land of the world
You're right.
of America.
You're right.
Okay.
Sean, you know what? Sean, you're right. You're right. There are people who go to jail for roach.
Every day, I smell marijuana where I live. You're lucky because you have people that are willing to fucking say no. Here is where the real world is, where I live, where you grew up. And that's full of shit. Every one of them
hold on,
people,
wait.
you're walking around, every one of them fuckers are walking around in a goddamn tent smoking weed. You can't even smoke weed here at all. If you're anywhere in a tent where there's children now you're smoking weed where there's kids around. They got 1,000 feet around schools. It's so fucked up, dude. This place is so fucked up, dude. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. People can't even listen. People can't even get real weed, the effects of cannabis. Not this fucking CBC, whatever. Yeah, you can take parts and parts, but why would you take a part of a human being? Go, well, I got a hand. That's my hand of a person. I'm gonna use the hand of a person when there's a whole fucking person there. Why not have the whole person like a fucking weed, the whole fucking person? Why we gotta pick one piece of a fucking person? We're gonna pick one piece of the cannabis. Yeah, and the other piece, nigga, go to jail.
Right.
What the fuck? And all the people that are saying that, y'all are living in loopty land. You live in the land that's in fucking so close to Canada. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You don't even get cold where you live. Shut the fuck up.
So it's cold today. Sean, it's 22 today.
22 is fucking normal gold barbecue where we live. The hell you talking about? 22 is a decent day. Now, fucking Arctic freezing cold with blizzards, that sucks dick. And you're like, whoa, and you're like going, oh, 22, man, we're gonna have 10 below in a week after a blizzard of a foot of snow. Oh, shit.
Right. So you're saying your snow ain't going nowhere.
And we can't even smoke weed. Can't even smoke weed.
That's deep too.
You got to go get alcohol.
So, all right. So, this is Your Fault for Watching. It's a podcast. We also do the Laughter Academy. Anytime a comedian calls up or somebody wants to work on a joke. Here, Sean, let me tell you one of my jokes. I said, this is one of the jokes going on my comedy special. For 40 years, Bill Cosby was the king of explaining shit, and now he can't explain shit. I said, and all I want him to explain is how Bill Cosby and Red Fox owned a comedy club together, I heard, and it failed. Well, how'd that happen? Well, let me tell you what happened, Sean. One night I was messing around. I drank the wrong drink, threw on a blonde wig, and that nigga fucked me. I woke up 6 hours later with cigar slob, jello pudding, and mayonnaise flowing out my foxhole. At least I hope it was mayonnaise. And it wasn't mayonnaise. Dummy.
Oh shit.
Another new one I did, Sean, was I said, ain't nobody really anti-woke. They're just already against whatever the fuck you want them to be woke about.
Yeah, ain't woke.
Because even the most right-wing Republican will attempt to woke you to the Second Amendment 5 minutes after a mass shooting while the bodies are warm. Right? I mean, they start arguing. You can't take it like that.
I'm just saying, man. Motherfuckers is evil.
Look,
I live in the land of Republicans. It's fucking unbelievable. I'm so not them people. I live where them people rule. They take away the rights to women's bodies, dude. Get the fuck out of here. You are so bold where I live that they'll put you in jail for some weird rapist dude raping you, but because you didn't know because you was ketamine fucked up. Well, it was Jesus. God came back and gave you. You can't get rid of the baby place. You know what the fuck?
It's terrible, Sean. Oh,
right? And then you get what? Every motherfucker in the world's going, oh, well, leave back a couple weeks ago, whatever. This Friends dude falls asleep, fucking whacked out of ketamine. What the fuck you doing to date rape drug for? Well, and then people go, oh, that's good. Yo, man. if they make a thing to go over your face with the whatever it is, laughing gas to put you under, you shouldn't be using it for anything else but put people under for surgery. It shouldn't, whatever this drug is, should not be out there. I don't know what it is. I'm not fucking with shit that's knocking out chicks. I wouldn't know. These cats are pros at it, right? Like you're saying way back in the day with Bill Cosby was so fucking bold, told all y'all old white motherfuckers, Spanish fly them. He wasn't lying.
How bold are you to tell people you're drugging folks? Yeah,
right? And then the motherfuckers all serving up little kids and TV and hanging with Michael Jackson and all the crazy shit that you've seen that he did throughout his career. And then you look back at it going, damn, how okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. What is the money level like the Beyonce chick and the wife of that Bill Cosby that you can go and buy whatever it is, but no, when you lay your head down at the lay and go to sleep, you know. You
Right.
know. What is the price? What is the price tag? What's the price tag of that Trump bitch? I don't know. I never paid no attention to none of that shit. Why? I thought it was a joke when we was talking about it years ago. Why would
Yeah.
you give dude props, man? You give some dude that had no qualifications the football to America's codes. This
Well,
place is
Sean,
the
Sean,
funniest. I love it. I love it.
I don't think people got to get that specific. I think that all you got with me with Trump, when I saw him on the Wendy Williams show clip, when he was asked, "What do you and your daughter have most in common?" And this motherfucker on TV said,
Said I would date her if I was younger. I
No,
would date her. Get you.
Sean, I'm telling you exact words what the motherfucker said. Exact words. She asked him, Wendy Williams asked Trump, "What do you have most in common with your daughter?" And this motherfucker could have said business, golf, a drive to succeed,
Anything, yeah.
anything. And this
Yeah,
motherfucker,
Snoopy. We both. She loves Snoopy. I get her Snoopy.
exactly,
But no, you went here. This motherfucker went here.
his exact words was, he said, "What do you and your daughter have most in common?" And this motherfucker said, "Sex."
Right. You're like,
Mother,
what the?
you
All right, you crazy. All right, you
and he
hippie
also
dude. Where are you going to go? But you ain't a hippie. That ain't how
said,
you're playing the cards.
Sean, he also said, "If she wasn't my daughter, we'd be dating."
Right? You're a crazy dude. You're a crazy
Sean,
guy.
Sean,
I love it, dude.
Sean, I said to my dad, I said, "Dad, if you said that about one of my sisters, what should me
You
or my
wouldn't
brother?"
come out though, but that's the point, man. Wouldn't. You
I
wouldn't.
said, I know he wouldn't, but I said to him, "What would me or my brother should do to you?" And my father said, "Well, first of all, you should slap the shit out of me."
Yeah, that ain't me, man. I done got turned over by a body snatcher.
Right?
You better
Exactly.
put on the glasses. You better put on them glasses. But I come here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. I'm all out of bubble gum.
From They Live, Roddy Piper and Keith David. Yes. Hey man, you know what? Roddy Piper and Keith David, they tore that movie up. I don't care what nobody says.
That's funny shit.
That was a beautiful movie. Anyway, hey, look, I got it. Look at it, Sean. I got it back straight again. How do I fix this? Let's see. Do I look different? Okay, here. I'm clicking the thing that says "touch up my appearance." Let's see if my appearance changes. Oh damn!
Yeah, took away.
I got prettier.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, Sean,
next thing you looking like El DeBarge over there in a beard.
That's funny. El DeBarge in a beard. Sean, this shirt is a political statement about what you're talking about. Can you see what it says?
What's it say? Chimichangas? What the fuck
says,
does it say? I don't know, man. It says for you. Why for you? W.
Your fault for watching. No, this says cunnilingus saves lives.
Yeah?
It's a political statement. If you're a man against a woman's right to choose, you should be relegated to cuckhood.
What? Right? And then
right?
Just doing the surf of what the fuck these crazy Iowa people are.
Hey, man, if you're against a woman's right to choose, somebody needs to tie your dick in a knot.
The crazy Iowa people are going to determine the first. That's the worst of this fake ass system of
it is.
Look, it's a puppet show. But when you get to see the Muppet puppets that are actually putting these people in the let's go on TV and listen to them sling shit against one another on TV, which is more turn down the volume and let's go 3000 space movie and I'll kick your ass. I'll kick your ass. Like you know. These people are irrelevant. They really are.
Evil and irrelevant.
If you vote for a dude who had no experience on a job, would you go and say, "Hey, I'm gonna take the guy driving the bus as the fucking firefighter that's gonna take the cannon of the hose on the thing to save the people"? Could happen. Could be the 99 to 1, man. But I'm gonna say, "Yo, bro, drive the bus."
Right. Well,
I don't want the motherfuckers saving our lives as Americans to be some joke where the dude won't even admit that he scammed motherfuckers. When you get caught in court of law for you, me, it's over. There ain't no second chance. This motherfucker done told the judges off. This dude is so bold as a crazy white man in America. This shit is better than Simpsons, and I ain't never watched one. Never. I'm imagining because y'all.
You never watched
Huh?
one episode of Simpsons, Sean?
Maybe like the first ones on that Tracy Ullman show, and I was like, "What the fuck is this, dude?"
Okay. Okay, so
That's it. And maybe you get like clicks of seeing things over years because I remember I had to see some fat white dude was Michael Jackson. Right? I was like, all right, Michael Jackson, no, you a fat white dude. All right. You know, I never like paid attention to what the fuck these people said. Just like South Park. I get it, man. But really?
Lisa, it's your birthday. Lisa, it's your birthday. Something like that. Michael Jackson was doing that. Sean, the welcome to whoever's in the chat room, or if you're in the chat room, welcome. If you left, if you're
Yep,
hey,
take over, bust a move.
Yeah, who's here? We got one Facebook like. Connection is unstable. I need to. Okay, you know what
Whoopi
I'm gonna do, Sean?
Goldberg here, throwing some. Her ears are ringing. Motherfucker, talking shit about me.
Okay, I'll play that shit again. Let me see it.
That is some bold shit too, right there.
I know.
Steal motherfucking shit and then put it on TV and knowing that you got to get it out quicker than the other motherfucker who stole it because you all heard it at the same place.
I know.
You all heard it at the same place. And that's some ruthless shit. That's the shit like right here, like Cat Williams saying, where the motherfucker's sitting there riding his little hoopty through the hood joke, and there's this other motherfucker breaking it down the same way. Old white people version of it. Older people. Cat plays to the whole freaking crowd, man. That, like he said, like, damn, that motherfucker's like intelligent as hell, you know? You listening to some of the...
Oh, Cat was a great time. Sean, check it out. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put on a file, and I'm gonna put on a file, and I'm gonna go out to the car and see if I can get a cord to where I can plug in to the Wi-Fi, and then that way it'll be. Well, here,
this is your shit.
I know, but listen,
I gotta go shovel some snow.
Okay, so what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What?
I ain't gonna go now, but I gotta go out there and go for the snow.
Oh, shovel the snow. Yeah. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to see if I played this thing, if it was clear to you, and then if it's clear, then I can play this while I try to fix my shit.
All right, yeah. I got you on the headset and you're talking, and I don't know if the talking matches up. Cool, but you have it also on YouTube. So what we're doing here ain't matching up to YouTube anyway, so your market would be to motherfuckers texting or whatever, you know.
So here, watch this.
You ain't gonna get a whole bunch of dudes on here.
All I want to know,
all
I want to know is if this video is clear. I'm gonna play this video and then go to the car.
Yeah, man, the lettering is clear. The colors are clear. I ain't paying attention to your
This video
was called Funny in Seattle. It's now titled It's Your Fault for Watching.
Perfectly clear.
Enjoy 2012. David Crow, Dwayne.
But I don't know because I ain't paying attention to some dude.
That's how Ozfest operates. Once they establish
people talking off camera. I don't know if the wording's
He's
live.
talking about Ozfest.
No, I know that, but you need to see what your timing is on the video compared to you actually talking. You don't be talking like you do here, and people in video could be talking to you, but listening on a phone and then watching you on a YouTube or whatever because it's working or whatever. It don't line up. It's not gonna line up, right? You can only have so many motherfuckers on here. Right? I don't know what this is.
Okay, but don't just talk over it. Okay.
Well, you don't want 10 people talking over it when you can have this and that.
There's really, it's so, the recording industry is so fucked right now that it's, every night just becomes this mess of flyers and cards for the bands and then the occasional free CDs and, but it's just a mess of just shit that they're trying to hand out to people. Like, come see the band again, they'll be performing tomorrow.
South by Southwest is doing the same thing.
Yeah, South by Southwest for years because they had the ability to do that. I mean, now any big show was like that. A great way to start this conversation would be to talk about the ultimate scam in comedy, which is Last Comic Standing, and how that was set up to where they give you a chance for exposure, and they're going to own everything you're going to do, though.
Right.
And
did you audition?
Never auditioned.
Did you?
I went down.
Yeah.
And I stood in line overnight. Got there early enough to get to save Jeff Lotta's spot.
You saved someone a spot?
I saved Jeff Lotta's spot because I knew he was flying in a few hours after me. I saved him a spot.
What city was this in?
Phoenix.
Wow. Isn't that when Jeff Dye just kind of walked up past you guys? Hey, how you doing? he gets out of his stretch cab.
I think it was exactly stretch cab.
Wow.
I stood in line overnight. You know me, I stayed awake all night long talking to everybody. I was number 90 in line.
So he's like, by the end of the night, by the morning, everyone hated him. We know your act.
Exactly.
Great Louis Armstrong. Hey, Louis Armstrong. It's Travis. Big funny. All right, we got it.
Oh, yeah,
the shirt. I should have read the shirt.
It's time to wake up.
They cut the line off at 85.
Oh, brutal.
And you were number...
Jeff Lott was 84.
Number 90.
He was 91. We were just there.
Oh, man.
Plane ticket, all night long, at a mini mall in Tempe.
What you should have done...
Oh, yeah, that was at the Improv.
You should have gone up to number 85 and said, can we, the five of us, go in as a group act?
Exactly.
Exactly. Instead of splitting a prize money, so let's split this audition spot. The thing that was interesting the first time it came around, there was a lot of comedians who were like, fuck that, I'm not gonna bend for a corporate network thing, blah, blah, blah. It became so successful that after 1 or 2 seasons, then you started seeing really established people going in. And it bummed me out because from a distance, I'm watching going, you know what they're going to do to you? I mean, even if it was someone like, say, Mark Price, who played Skippy on, what was the show, Family Ties? They were taking advantage, and they were rolling him out and giving him a spotlight and saying, look who else showed up. Do you remember Skippy from Family Ties? Even he's auditioning. And they were just using that to show, even this guy is trying for his shot at fame to somehow legitimize the brand of Last Comic Standing. So,
the big problem with that was that you're trying to get a comedian Britney Spears.
Fame is a hard teeth to spit out.
And
I haven't really done it. I've heard this. I've heard it's a fun job, but I've never really done stand-up.
You're trying to get a comedian Britney Spears, and comedy doesn't work that way because it doesn't matter what your titties look like. If your jokes aren't funny, it doesn't matter. So
yours look fine.
I know. I'm trying to do some sit-ups around this motherfucker. Some tit-ups.
Tit-ups.
Anyway, I interrupted your thought.
I just know. Well, one of the arguments that Ty Burnett and I would get into about those shows is, like with American Idol, I always say, well, why did they pick the people who were shitty? They picked them to shit on them. And he will go, well, why are they out there singing shittily? And I'm like, there's 50,000 people out there. You know, there were a couple hundred that could sing pretty good. But they didn't have to pick the shitty people at all. They chose to give the shitty people time over the people who could kind of sing, who stayed out there all night. So you're competing against that. And there's no joke here, but it's just like
they're just trying to make good television.
I don't even care about jokes. I don't care about where we go with this. I'm going to be completely honest and say that all I wanted out of this was to spend as much time with Dwayne and David as possible. I never get to spend time with them, and I'm in such awe of these two people as human beings and as comedians that I really just ask.
Mostly me, but you can.
I'll take a little bit of it.
I just want to spend. I never get to see these two guys ever.
That's true. I said to him, I said, Craig,
this is
who do you want to be with? And he said, hey, if you can get Crow and Gold, let's do it. And I was like, he said, do I have to call him? And I was like, well, I talked to Gold last week, so I can call him, and he called you, and then here we are.
I think this is the first time I've seen either both you and Dwayne in the day.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Ever? In a long time, huh?
Yeah, ever.
Ever?
Yeah.
I still have a beer.
I would only come out of it.
I couldn't even make that happen.
There was a lot of drugs there for a while for me. Only Katie had me coming out at night, so.
What was good about the drug years?
For me, well, it started out as just, I had no...
Because I've never done drugs, but I really like drug stories. And I feel like I wish I had, but I'm not going to start now.
Well, for me in the beginning, I was a very, socially, I got along with everyone in high school, except for the stoners who wanted to beat me up. So I started doing drugs so the stoners would like me. And then it just...
So they wouldn't beat you up?
They wouldn't beat me up.
So it really was peer pressure.
It really was.
Those after-school specials are
Were
full of shit.
absolutely true.
You were like weird. You know what kids are going through.
Absolutely
like this
true.
Craig Gas fella.
And the drug of choice in my high school was cocaine. And then it was just like, wow, I just fell in love with coke. And then,
what high school?
See, I always thought I thought coke was like so expensive. So how do high school kids get coke?
we were
drug?
an hour away from the Mexican border in Tucson, Arizona. So coke was really cheap.
It blew across the border.
There are a lot of mules that go to that school.
And when I tell people about the drug problems that were going on in my school, people go, well, yeah, but they have drug problems in every school. But in my school, there were a lot of kids that would be like, so dude, all I gotta do is drive a truck over the border. Give me $5,000. All I gotta do is just drive it over the border. It's like
the best summer high school job. Wow, I got an internship this year.
That's weird. I would enjoy getting fucked up and just having fun. And then when I started getting into comedy, I started noticing people were getting fucked up and getting miserable, and I'd be like, oh, this is weird. Like I really thought that I was gonna be surrounded by happy people.
Yeah.
You know, that was the thing that really killed me about stand-up comedy, is that there are so many unhappy people. And it bums me out personally when I would meet someone who I really admired and they would be really dark, and I'd go, oh man, because I could feel them turning the light off on the rest of their life, because they have something in them that's so attractive that if they kept it on, they could just continue to propel. And they can't see how
like
to
a musical. Keep it on, keep the light on.
This week
keep
on
it
the
on,
lead.
Greg, yes, keep it on. Keep it on.
Keep it on. Am I the gay kidding please?
Of course you are.
Why wouldn't I be?
That was weird to me though, to like see like how many like did you have this? Did you guys have the same kind of ignorant thought that when you love comedy and then you think you know that you're funny, your friends tell you you're funny, you start getting into it? Did you have the same dumb thought that I had? Like, and I'll be surrounded by happy people. Did you think that?
No, I never did. I just thought that I was kind of funny, and I wanted to see if I could be funny as the other people. And
most of the comics get into it because we don't want to have a real job. We don't want to have to work. However, Elliot Max's wife, Laura, said so eloquently recently, I've never seen a group of people work so hard to not have to work in my life as comedians.
I think the best thing that ever happened to me was giving up hope. Because when I got told in the first couple of years that I was too dirty.
When did you give up hope?
I gave up hope on money.
For what?
I gave up on money.
Oh, when?
In like the early 90s. Like when I first started in 93, 94, 95. And it became obvious to me that I couldn't get booked, and I thought, all right, well, I guess I'll be one of those comedians who doesn't make any money. I'll just, but I love being in that comedy club 5 nights a week, 6 nights a week, and just drinking beer and watching comedians, and then waiting for comedians to get off stage so I could talk about comedy and go upstairs and talk about comedy and get some coke and talk about more comedy and I
but faster.
Yeah. and then
hurry this shit up.
But
another thing about the show is it's gonna work.
And then I just wanted to be around comedy, and I got better at it because I was around it so much. I mean, I always tell people who say, I want to be a comedian. Well, just marinate yourself in comedy. Just if you love it, just.
Here's your comedy biography, though. Say, I'm Craig Gass. I went to a few open mics, and then George Carlin invited me to
George Carlin invited you where?
Invited me to his trailer. And then I met Howard Stern, and then I just toured, with a bunch of people.
Do you know
and then I came back to Seattle and met, would talk to people now and then, and take them in my limo to a Mariners game. That's how it works, right? That's how it works.
That's how everybody because of Craig Gass. We went
Me
to
too.
So wait a minute.
and it was one of the best moments of my life, I think, just because I was such a fan of Carlin.
Yeah.
But to meet him, and he was so nice, which I didn't expect that. I mean, a lot of these guys are really tiny, and yet I met a bunch of guys that I was like, oh, I'm a big fan. This guy was such a prick. There's a lot of guys that we met that are just assholes, But he was so nice. I remember he actually, what do you do? And he was asking like, what kind of comedy do you do? And there was a comic that thought he tried to be funny with Carlin. It was like the best. He says, you remember this? He goes, the guy goes, the comic.
Was this in Tacoma?
Yeah.
In the tent?
Yeah, the Emerald Queen.
Holy shit, I was just talking about this the other day.
Yeah, and so we're leaving, and he goes, well, I gotta get ready for the show, guys. It's good meeting you. He shakes everybody's hand, gives us a hug. I think he's a really cool guy. And then the one comic goes, hey, George, I think if you keep working at it, things will work out for you. Get some more stage time. trying to be funny, and we're all kind of like, what are you doing? Idiots. But George's like, he's like, I'm sorry, what? I was saying that if you get more stage time, things will work out for you. Just doing a little joke. It's like, oh. Well, your deadpan's fantastic. And it was not only did this guy look like an idiot, but Carlin kind of dumped on him without even dumping on him. It was fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
it was the
George,
best.
I remember that night, that same comedian said, I've always wanted to ask, and George was always really incredible to everyone. Like, he always had that reputation for it, but whenever I would say, hey, this is my friend, he'd go like, hey, what's your name? Where are you from? Oh, you stand up? That's great. I love stand up. So how long have you been doing it? And he would love to engage people. And the same comedian told me, I want to ask him about Saturday Night Live. It looked like he was hot. I want to ask him. I go, I'm sure he'll be cool. I'm sure he'll be cool. And sure enough, he goes, but he asked it so blunt. Oh. He said, I go, hey, this is Dwayne, this is so-and-so. And he goes, hey, nice to meet you. And the other comedian goes, I want to ask you a question, George. I was watching you hosted the first Saturday Night Live. Were you on cocaine? And he goes, let's see, that was like, no, back then I was going through a really big mushroom period. And doing a lot of mushrooms. And I kind of got over the whole cocaine thing. Then I got back into it. And then he gave us a whole timeline. But there was no shame in it. And it was like, wow. And, for the record...
But then at the end of that, after this great kind of opening himself up and letting us know exactly what he was on, the guy goes, yeah, but how high were you?
Yeah.
And the way it was like an inquisitive, it was like such a dick. Come on.
You were drooling.
Oh,
it was like
7.2. I mean, what do you even have to answer that?
Yeah,
so, did you learn to talk about drugs now like Carlin did? Like you're more of a, not a...
No, and here's the funny thing is I just heard for the first time, like literally in the last few days, that there was this weird thing that I met George Carlin, and because of that, I got a career. But when I met George, I was doing comedy for 6 months.
That was a few minutes ago.
And I'm going
to insert a clip of it right now.
We're not saying things they sound like they were said long ago.
If you actually rewind this tape, you can see it. But I didn't know there was anybody. Like I thought it was just a cool thing. Like every time George would come into town, I would get a different collection of comedians. I'd go, hey, you want to meet George? And I go meet him. But I could
Who said no? Anybody?
Everyone was so eager. I mean, it was like we did one trip all the way out to Spokane, and that was one of the most fun trips. It was 4.5 hours there, 4.5 hours back of me, Mike McCarthy, James Hennigan, Cliff Barnes. There's pictures of it. I just saw Hennigan has the picture, except Hennigan framed everybody out except for him and George. But I think Josh Wolf was on that trip too, and I think Tina.
Wow.
A bunch of us went out, and every time he'd come out to the area, I'd always bring out comedians to see him. I could never ask him for help, and I could never talk to him about stand-up comedy. But I was looking for a father figure, and I would call him up and ask him questions about life and about God.
Sweet.
I would ask him to expand more on what I heard him talk about on his HBO specials, and then I would just ask him sometimes really.
But he loved you. He would call and leave you messages.
I saved the messages. In fact, he left me a message before he died, and he said, "It's my birthday, and I want you to record a tape for me. I want you to teach me how to do your impressions." Wow. And I was so nervous about having contact.
He liked impressionists because he asked me. That was my favorite thing was him saying, "What do you do, like your comedy?" And he was, "I do this kind of observational stuff. I do this. I do improv." And then he said, "What do you like to do?" And I said, "Well, I like to do impressions. I don't do them because it's kind of hacky. Everything's. I don't think it's hacky." What's your best?
Well, his opener did impressions.
Dennis was with him for 20 years.
And he had me do my Carson for him, which was weird to do an impression for.
Wow.
And I had to do Carson.
I remember that.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, it's good to have you in the tent." The last person to play here was Custard. I'm gonna try it was like to do that, and he laughed, and he hugged me, and that was like honestly, that to me was.
Over the years, I've met
that's one of my comedy career. Really,
but
to meet him.
I love those moments where you meet somebody who's kind of famous and you have this question that you want to ask them. You're not sure. Oh, are they going to think I'm a douchebag for asking this? But one of my moments happened on a flight to Indianapolis, and I found myself sitting next to the lead guitarist for John Cougar Mellencamp's band. Yeah, and I was doing the Bob and Tom show out of there, and and he from Indy knew what the Bob and Tom show was, and I had this little thing with some Bob and Tom letterhead on it. And he goes, "Oh, you like the Bob and Tom show?" I go, "Yeah, I'm actually going to go do that." And that's how we struck up the conversation.
Oh, wow.
Of,
Did you know it was him? Did you
No.
Oh,
And he
wow.
goes, "Oh, I've been on that show a lot." I go, "Really? What do you do? Are you a comic?" He goes, "No, I'm John Mellencamp's guitar player. Been with him for 25, 30 years, whatever it was."
Wow.
And immediately I had this one question and I felt, "Is this going to be okay?" And I go, "What? Okay, I got to ask you this question." After we had talked for a while, I got to ask you this. I don't mean to. I hope this is okay. But do you guys have a song that went like, "I need a lover that won't drive me crazy"? He goes, "Yeah, that's us." I go, "Okay," because I was just a little kid when I heard this. Did you ever do it on a TV show where you were playing a stand-up bass on a rope, like a normal guitar, but it was a huge stand-up bass, and he just busted out laughing. He goes, "Yes!"
Oh, wow.
They told us before the show that we should just lip sync because they were gonna do a tape cue for the whole thing, and it would sound better if we just lip synced, and then they would play the original recording. And we didn't have a choice in the matter, so we all went back there and said, "Well, if we're going to lip sync, why should we play our normal instruments?" So we scrounged around the music area. I got a bass and held it like this. I don't know if you noticed, John was playing like a ukulele type thing, and the drummer had mic stands as his,
Wow.
That's awesome.
I think it's good. I think I've learned by embarrassing myself. I think everything I've done that I've learned has been from fucking it up horrifically and then realizing, ooh, okay, I should never do that again. But one of them was, how do you ask somebody a question? I remember auditioning for something in a room, and I recognized this guy who was in the movie Good Will Hunting. He was one of the guy's brothers. Is it Ben Stiller's brother that's in the movie?
Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Or
Ben Affleck's brother. Yeah, Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
Who,
Ben Affleck,
who
Ben
says,
Stiller, same
Casey
person.
Affleck, who he says, "Don't masturbate in the baseball glove again."
Yeah.
And so I walk in the room and I sit down and I go, "Hey," he goes, "Hey."
Who are you talking to at this point?
And this is Casey Affleck, and I'm sitting there and it's just quiet in the room, and I'm looking at him going, "I know this guy." And I go, "Didn't you jerk off in a baseball glove in that movie?" And I just asked the question like that, and based on his reaction, I knew it was a real asshole question. He goes, yeah, I did. Wow, never been asked that before. Yeah. I realized, wow, I should have worded that a little bit differently.
If he was a prick, though, he goes, "It's called acting." I didn't actually jerk off. I acted like I would.
Has there been anyone the thing that I think is really interesting about comedy is that along the way you get these cool gigs where you interact with people at just random functions. Have you ever met anyone that you really admired who let you down? Or have you ever worked with somebody or run into somebody who you had little or no respect for that was so cool that you will defend them to this day because they were so cool to you?
I got something. It's in the middle of that kind of. Somebody I saw in the St. Louis airport, J.C. Watts, who was a black Republican, and I could tell from Oklahoma, I think.
Right.
And I could see that it was him from the shape of his head because I'd seen him on TV, right? And I'm not. I mean, I got jokes about black Republicans. I'm not respecting that. Okay. The joke is, what's worse, a black
they're
Mormon?
decent people, Charles. They're just not have a different view of
The joke was,
good. They're not have a
They're black with money. That's
a bunch of white people in a shed that are tying up.
the joke I did was,
Republicans.
What's worse, a black Mormon or a gay Republican? Black Mormon, because he's probably a Republican too. And so, and so I saw J.C. Watts.
Because he's fucking more than one white.
So I saw J.C. Watts in the airport, and
you thought of the joke?
Yeah, I thought something to do, right? No. So I walked up behind him, and I said, with like the best voice that sounded, I was really happy to see him, and I went, "J.C. Watts." And he turned around with a big smile, and I just went, "Black Republican."
That's awesome. Wow. That's a great fucking story, man. Boom, there's your first video clip right there. Boom, 30 seconds. Bam!
Seriously.
Wow.
He looked around with a big smile and went, "Black Republican."
Anyone else that you've met that
Punchline one more time. Just in case they have to cut it.
No, I'm gonna edit this. It'll be all right.
Do the face again.
I'll tell you something. When you guys are talking about not being able to speak to the person who you admire, I went to the Las Vegas Comedy Festival. Brad Upton ended up winning that whole thing.
It's not that big of a deal.
He ripped it.
I'm not impressed. Hey, how's it going?
Share this one, email it to brad@yahoo.com.
You get
There's another 5-second clip right there for you.
Just send the Brad Upton to Facebook.
I thought you were on a cruise ship.
No, honestly, that show, Brad Upton tore it up. I mean, like, really tore it up.
When Brad Upton tears it up, you're like, ah, Christ, he just doesn't ever take.
But that's it. He doesn't take. I saw him do 3 people one time, and he passed out a CD to everybody before he went on stage. Written down 3 people in the audience, and the staff sat down.
Dwayne's favorite comedy album would be a compilation of people he admires tanking.
Oh, I love that.
And a compilation album called Compilation.
Volume 1.
Yeah. No, I'm with Las Vegas Comedy Festival. It's the last night, and they're all 5,000 comedians were over there, and it's the last night, and the big banquet, and nobody knew Carlin came in. And when he came in, I was over by the bar getting a drink. It was perfect because everybody was stuck where they were when he walked in. Nobody knew. He came over between shows, and he told us a story about how you can do it better than me because you can do the impression. But you will tell the story, and he told us a story about how he got banned from Vegas. Right, for saying the word shit like years ago. And he just went, but look at me now, motherfuckers. Look at me now. Right? Like, it was perfect, right? And then he comes off the stage and they're rushing him back to the show between shows. And I'm standing there, and for some reason I'm not making this up, an orange suit. It was just thing I got before the thing made people notice my ass, right?
Look at me!
I'm a road coat on the dick.
I'm not tall enough.
Bishop Don Juan Simmons.
My pimp gene kicking in.
KG has everything.
And they're walking Carlin right past me. And I'm like, man, I'm about to meet George Carlin. I shake his hand. He didn't say shit. I didn't say shit because I figured if the Pope don't talk to you, you ain't got shit to say to the Pope. So I'm not really following that shit now, but you get what I'm saying. It was Carlin. That's it.
Anyone that falls under the category of someone who you really admired let you down, or someone you had little or no respect for?
Well, one of the guys, I went on a tour of Israel with Jeffrey Ross, the Roastmaster General.
Oh, for like a military thing?
No, just a tour of Israel for Jews.
Really?
To laugh, yeah. The whole Jew Laugh charity thing.
Yeah.
So we were there for 2 weeks, and I didn't really know much about Jeffrey Ross, and I knew that he was the roast guy from Comedy Central. I didn't know much about him. And what a great guy, really humble, really sweet, really funny. And kind of, just socially awkward like we all can be. And then I got back from the tour, and I picked up his book when it came out. We only roast the ones we love. And had I read the book before, I would have been nervous to meet him.
Really?
But it was really cool to kind of get to know him without really knowing much about him.
Right.
And then when you read his book, it's a fantastic book about comedy. And he, surprisingly, is a brilliant storyteller and writer. So highly recommend it.
All right. Yeah. You can get Jeff Ross's book on Amazon.
Jeff Ross's book, get my copy.
I met, I did a show, and I was at a show.
But can I just It's always bothered me that when you see somebody on TV, you then become nervous to meet them. But like in this case, I wasn't nervous to meet Jeff Ross, and we had a really sort of normal kind of relationship because I hadn't seen him on TV. What is it about seeing someone through the television first that changes my mentality or everybody's perception of who they are? Because I've always felt, Nick Swartzen?
Yeah.
He, right out of high school, essentially, went from Minneapolis to LA and hit it big. And my theory is that he always treated famous people like they were treated before they were famous. And that's what famous people really crave, is that sort of just normal, authentic.
But then, I've had that happen where I met, it was Mike Birbiglia.
And he's funny.
At Giggles. I'd done a show.
Mike Birbiglia?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went over there, and Terry, the owner of the club at the time, goes, hey, this is Mike. And Dwayne, Mike, this is Dwayne. He's a headliner in town. I went to shake his hand. I don't know much about him. I heard his name. I didn't really know his act. went to shake his hand, and instead of shaking my hand, he just gave me a CD. I'm like,
I went on tour with Mike.
He's a germaphobe, right?
I went on tour with Mike, and that's how he kind of treats you when you're even in the same car as
Yeah.
him.
So, but to me, I didn't know much about him. It's not like I was let down by him. I just was like, fuck him. I don't want your fucking CD.
I thought you were a germaphobe, though.
I am, but I'll still shake someone's hand. I'll just wash it. Convenient, be right back.
You mentioned Jeff Ross, and Jeff Ross did an interview once where he talked about how grateful he was, and he's in stand-up comedy, that he's surrounded by so many funny people. The same way I feel grateful that I know so many funny people who are who crack me up, and when I see them on TV, I can call them up. I was somewhere, like I want to say it was like Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I came across a channel and I saw David doing a stand-up thing, and I fucking lost it. And I don't know if you do the same thing I do. When I see people I know on TV, I exaggerate my friendship with them. No matter how well I might actually know the person, I'll take it one step further and go, David Crow! You know that guy? Know him? Hello, the guy taught me how to kiss when I was in junior high. Are you kidding me? This is my buddy. I love him. Drive. I'd call him right now if I had his number. And I get so excited, but
I think there's something though to what you said about treating guys, because I've met a bunch of comics that they're really big famous comics now, and they were then when I met them, but I've never asked to take a picture with them.
Right.
Because I think it's, can I get a picture with you? I mean, that all of a sudden now I'm not up here. Like if we're all in a picture together, that's different. But if I go, can I get a picture so my friends know that we're friends? Like,
right. Yeah, I think it's something you do in the beginning. Like you want to have a picture of yourself as your profile picture, standing
we'll
on.
take a picture together.
Go ahead.
That was David's last interview. Shane,
This just went viral.
Everybody laughed their asses off before they realized he had been gone for 5 minutes. But there's a mentality when you first start that you want to look legitimate and you want to have pictures on your profile page. Your profile picture is you on stage with the microphone, and then the longer you do it, the less you give a shit about that. Or when you're when I was
a picture with me.
Like the first 10 years of doing comedy, like I wanted people to know, like, you know, what do you do for a living? I'm a stand-up comedian. Like, no way. Oh man, what's it like? It's awesome, and I love to talk about it. And now, when people ask me what do you do for a living, I go, I'm unemployed.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to engage in the conversation.
I always tell them.
But I
make them never ask a comedian to tell jokes ever again.
My joy and love for stand-up comedy goes so far that, like, when I really enjoy somebody and I see them, and maybe I shouldn't do this, but when I see them, like, if they're selling CDs after the show, I'll say, hey, is it cool if I grab a CD? Because I love having something to listen to when I'm on the road and listening to tunes.
Have you met Mike?
Well, I'm at a show at the Improv, and Frank Caliendo, for whatever reason, has always been kind of a dick to me, and he's selling CDs.
But his impression of Madden loves you.
And I see him after the show, and he's selling CDs, and I go, hey Frank, you know, it was good to see you. And he goes, yeah, thanks. And I go, hey, is it cool if I grab a CD? And he goes, sure. Just so you know, it's copyrighted. And I go, what? I'm sorry. What? Whoa. I was like, fuck. I'm sorry. Yeah. I've never really done a mad impression. Yeah. So sometimes you get those like weird moments. You can feel insecurity pouring out of people. We're all insecure.
He was doing an impression of Shapiro when he did that.
Yeah, so which Shapiro?
George
George
Shapiro.
I thought, yeah. I was going to go Rick Shapiro. Man, I fucking love heroin. Suck your dick for heroin.
Envelops me the way it does coming to my face.
But I think that's the most interesting thing about it is that you meet people who, like, you know, whether it's comedians or just personalities.
Yeah, I was in the LAX. I'm going through security, and I look back and I see this guy go, oh my God, I've got a smear. And it was Larry Miller.
I love
Larry Miller. And I was like, you know, I'd never met him before, and I was like, God, I kind of want to say something, you know, but
I gotta say something to Larry
I've never
Miller.
been that guy to go up to strangers and go, hey, I'm a big fan, because I feel kind of weird, you know.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't know. So we're taking our shoes off and stuff like that, and so then we're
You're
going
at security?
Yeah, so now we got to go over it, and we're putting our shoes on. He comes up, he's next to me, he's putting his shoes on. And I had these like slip-on Vans or something. He goes, I need a pair of those. I go, yeah, they're great. I'm a big fan of yours. I just want to say that. It's like, oh, thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate it. No, I just think fantastic.
Did you tell me you're a
comedian? No, I didn't say I was a
comedian.
Because that's how you get a conversation. Here's what I did. I go, I'm just a big fan. I just want to say that. Well, thanks a lot, buddy. I go, all right, enjoy your show. And I fucking all but ran to my gate. I was so embarrassed. I was like, I'm just uncomfortable about the strangers I don't know as they're chatting them up. I'm like, crazy. Hey, I'm a big fan of yours. Oh, thanks. I just bolted. I was so nervous about it.
You did remind me, I did see a comedian who I really looked up to, and it was definitely not only.
You should have ran away screaming.
It was not only one of my first comedy albums, but definitely one of my early. Like, I don't consider it an influence because I never thought I could be a comedian growing up. I just was in awe of stand-up comedians. I love music, but comedians were like, wow, that is balls. I think it's the way most people feel about comedians.
Yeah.
Is that's just balls to be able to do that, especially if you can get away with it. If you can actually get people to laugh. And I do remember being coming from somewhere that Cheech and Chong had just performed, and I was flying back to LA, and Cheech was in the waiting area, and I was like, fuck, and I kind of went by his area, and I go, excuse me, man. I go, I'm sorry, my name's Greg Gass, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm giving him my TV credits to let him know I really am a legitimate comedian. I do this and this and this on I work with these people. And he goes, oh, cool, man, how are you? And he goes, come on, have a seat. And I go, and I sit down like on the edge of my seat, like I'm just letting you know I am leaving. And I go, hey, man, I just want to say that
I'm not here for it.
No, I'm conscious. I close the door. Yeah, I just want to let him know that I saw you guys on one of your first shows, and as a stand-up comedian, it was so fucking awesome to see you guys still have that timing. And as a comedian, it was just like, fuck. I mean, you know, comedians, like, we don't really like laugh out loud. It's just, he goes, oh yeah, it's always like, funny, that was funny. You know? And then I go, yeah, exactly. And I just want to say that. And he goes, well, hang out. And I go, I just, I want to leave you. And he goes, no. He goes, sit down, man. He goes, so what's going on? Where did you work at this week? And I'm like, oh, I was working. He goes, oh, cool, man. How was it? Did you like it? And we got this whole thing about comedy. Then we get on the plane. He's got a couple kids with him. And he made...
Were they his or just kids?
Yeah, his kid. He made his kid sit in the back, and he sat in first class. So I instantly went from like, wow, that's really funny. I went from like, fan looking for a moment, a personal, private moment that I'll keep to myself forever, to suddenly realizing I need to document this and put it on Facebook immediately. There's Cheech. Here's the kids, and I put it on Facebook. I suddenly, because I'm always looking for content, and I'm always looking like, if there's a moment that'd be funny, I need to capture it and immediately post it so that everybody else can get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
And so I went from, I don't think it was that bad. I mean, it's kind of funny that Cheech is sitting in the front and he's like, all right, we'll see you in LA. Have fun.
You think first class, same place? I don't bother you, but I just thought you were really good at Nash Bridges. I'll let you back to your family. I'm gonna go over here. But Nash Bridges was good stuff.
What were you going to say?
Well, first class when you don't have kids, right?
No.
See, first class when you have kids is any seat that's not near your kids.
Right.
First class is ruined if you bring your kids up.
Oh yeah, for everybody in
first class about
Yeah,
that.
if you bring your kids in first class, they put you on a list.
Yeah, the no-fly list.
Fly with your kids. You get sit by J.C. Watts next time.
Who's he again?
He's a black Republican.
Is there any subject that you can, about stand-up comedy, that you can talk endlessly about stand-up comedy, that you just have like, is there any one subject that you can never hear enough stories about stand-up comedy?
I'm like that with just comedy, like in general. I get, when you do it that much, and that's your job, I'm sure the guys selling insurance, they go, fuck, this claim I had. And like 8 guys go, what's that? Let's hear his claim story. Have you heard his claim story?
You guys should be videotaping an insurance convention.
Yeah.
Those are the stories.
And
I love hearing that.
This guy was all hopped up on coke. He was doing the claim.
The trailer was still on fire.
But maybe because it's our job. Our job's entertaining, but sometimes it's not so much the show as the hanging out. That's what the.
I love hearing stories about what the ultra super duper famous comedians said. Like Eric Blake was telling a story about how Paul Mooney was at the Comedy Store and he always would end with the Oprah bit. And he went up to him and said, "So you gonna do the Oprah bit tonight?" He said, "I can't do it." He said, "Why can't you do the bit?" He said, "Oprah found out." And he tells a story about Oprah found out about the bit, had her people fly him to Chicago, put him up in her penthouse for a week. Bought him everything Paul Mooney wanted for a week. At the end of the week, she has lunch with him and says, hey, this is the kind of person I am. Would you please stop telling that joke? And what did I do after hearing that story? I had to go hear it. You all
What's the joke? You started doing the Oprah joke.
I did
I'll take it. I want to be Oprah too.
I started writing just about Bill Gates. Bill Gates is no, the joke is that we listen to it online. It's the coldest shit. It fucks up Oprah colder than anybody ever fucked her up ever.
Well, maybe if you tell it, I'll get on Oprah.
The bit was just about Oprah always tries to top you. Okay, whatever you did, she did it too.
Was she a comic?
Right? No, on our show, right? You say, Oprah, I got 2 feet growing, I got 3 feet growing out of my stomach. You know, they were going like that. And he talked about Roseanne for a minute, and then he said, Roseanne finally went on Oprah and started talking this. My mom touched my pussy when I was two years old, and then he said, we got that bitch now. Oprah ain't gonna top this too much pussy shit, right? And then he goes,
classic Paul Mooney style. I'm familiar with the material.
He said, and then you got
that's in a notebook somewhere. That's written down in like maybe cursive.
While he's sitting next to Cheech on a plane.
And she ain't topping this.
Back when Nasper just scripted it, doing a ghost star.
That's a great line. She ain't topping this 2 month pussy shit, or whatever. It was beautiful. 6 months or whatever.
So he actually stopped doing it?
Stop doing it.
That's silly.
I can't.
When you hear the bit,
that would see for a guy like Stanhope, he would now do that bit every single show from the rest of his life just because she tried to buy him off.
Yeah.
But bought him off.
Yeah.
Bought him everything he wanted for a week.
Yeah,
so he's got his price.
There is something about actually there is something about actually hearing from somebody that kind of can slow you down, you know, because you'll.
Who did you hear from?
Well, I'm saying in terms of like, say you talk about fat people on stage or fat girls on stage, and then a fat girl comes up to you, you'll remember it. It's kind of like when baseball players are yelling at the umpire. You might not get the call that you want, but you've rattled him enough that the next time he's like, okay, whatever, geez, yes. And that's what you're looking for. And I think sometimes you can get rattled by that. But
yeah, penthouse for a week. Don't even see her till lunch when you're about to leave. That's some.
What was always interesting to me is whenever I would hear stories that were, and I can only think of 2 examples, but stories that were out of character for the person's stage persona. And I always remember early on, I wasn't doing comedy for like a year or 2. Rico came back to the Comedy Underground after performing with Rodney Dangerfield, and he said,